I'll tell you that when I was a teenager growing up in South Florida, I was the annoying kid that would follow the old blues guys around and ask them questions and want to get my picture made with them and want to get their autographed. And it all started out when a friend of mine, he and I were listening to records in his room. You know, we were in junior high school. We were listening to something like Mike Bloomfield's Super Sessions or something like that. Y'all are nodding, you know what I'm talking about. And his older brother come in the room and said, he said, I hear you guys getting into this Johnny Winter and getting into this Mike Bloomfield and Dwayne Allman and Cream. Y'all are getting into that. There's a guy you gotta go see because he's the one they're all getting it from. And we said, who is it that we gotta go see? And his older brother said, you gotta go see B.B. King. Now this was at a time where B.B. King, this was in the early 70s, B.B. King was playing hotel lounges for a week, you know, places about this size. I mean, imagine going to see B.B. King every night for a whole week. Man, I'd do that every night for the rest of my life if I could. But he was playing at this certain lounge in North Miami Beach. It was in the Marco Polo Hotel, and it was called the Swingers Lounge. And I mean, okay, this was in the early 70s, so that was an appropriate name at the time. I didn't see any swinging going on there myself, but hell, I was only 14. It was 1971. You do the math. And so he's playing up in there, and man, he had a hell of a band. He had Sonny Freeman on drums and Ron Levy on keyboards, and he was doing that Cook County Jail show. And I tell you what, it blew our minds, man. We sat right up front, and he greeted us all in the lobby, and he was so friendly, and man, it just, I went to see him every time I could, and I got the idea that all the blues guys, they must be like really friendly people, right? And the next guy I went to see was Howling Wolf. Okay, so I saw Howling Wolf, and he had the ultimate band with, he had Hubert Sundlund on guitar, and Eddie Shaw on sax, and S.P. Leary was in the band at the time, and so he did a show, and you know, B.B. King, it was slick. I think they had tuxedos on. They at least had suits on, but Howling Wolf, man, they looked like scoundrels up there. And he did you know, B.B. King's, if his show was a PG-13, I would say Howlin' Wolf's show was a hard R, if not an X-rated show. And so I figure, you know, Mr. King was so nice, I'm gonna go meet Mr. Wolf, because he must be a nice man too. So I'm walking towards Howlin' Wolf. He's standing off the side of the stage. I'm walking towards Howlin' Wolf, and the closer I got to him, the bigger and meaner he looked. I just went and took a hard right and went and got a Coca-Cola instead. I never got to meet Howlin' Wolf. Now that's kind of a long build up to this Wolf song I'm gonna do. But I do like to mention the men and women that created this music in the first place. Lord knows I didn't create it, but I like to give them a shout out every night I play. Wolf and B.B. Muddy. Anyway, he did this song that night. I have a little red rooster, too lazy to crow for days. Barnyard, upset in every way. Dogs begin to bark, hounds begin to howl. Come on now. Begin to bark, people. Hounds begin begin to howl. Yeah. Watch out, stray cat. Little red roosters on the prowl. See my red rooster, please send him home. See my red rooster, please drive him home. Barnyard since that red rooster